Uh,
Yesterday, Google unveiled yet another AI monstrosity upon the world called Alpha.
okay, what's up, guys? Ninja here. So the Alpha Evolve, I just want to say real quick, to see that? See how he's balding? Is because he's fake. Okay? He has all that facial hair, blah, blah, blah. It's all fake, it's all bullshit. He's balding, it's fake. Okay? That's the first and foremost. But what I want to say was, hey guys, Ninja, I own a Ninja. And basically, we're gonna just watch this video and talk about it, and I'm gonna call it out and so forth and so on. The end. Blah blah
Evolve, the latest evolution of its AlphaCoder system that has already crushed the majority of competitive programmers and mathletes around the world. But this is not your typical lame
coders and mathletes, their education rather. So it's hard to beat them. So go ahead.
overhyped AI model. It's actually a system
Their AI, overhyped AI models are generally education developed, and I don't like the use of AI because it's not artificial intelligence. Generally speaking, it's advanced. I don't know, automation or programming or whatever. So
of large language models that's capable
like like hyper advanced robotics essentially. That's all it is. It's not intelligence though, because intelligence is essentially life, and they're way from that.
of optimizing its own training process and has already made new discoveries in
As far as training its own, wait, what?
models that's capable of optimizing overhyped AI model. It's actually a system of large language models that's capable of optimizing its own training process.
Well, language is also education, so that doesn't really mean anything. And getting better at understanding a language doesn't mean anything because it's education. It has nothing to do with intelligence. So far, you've gone nowhere and proven nothing. Continue.
And has already made new discoveries in math and science. It even
Who
cut down
cares?
Google's own cloud computing bill by 0.7% by
Ooh.
optimizing Borg, which is the internal server orchestration system at Google that inspired Kubernetes. The
Ooh.
craziest thing, though, is that Alpha Evolve doesn't just regurgitate all the slop it stole from the internet, it creates and discovers entirely new slop, like it's already discovered novel, provably correct algorithms that match and in some cases surpass state-of-the-art solutions.
Yeah, because their intelligence, it's not. I'm sorry, their education is not intelligence.
Which they're calling a code super optimization agent. In today's video, we'll find out how Alpha Evolve works and if we finally just reach the runaway AI nightmare that we've all been patiently waiting for. It is May 6th.
That's never gonna happen because what's more likely is that humanity gets too stupid, and that AI, because I don't like the AI term, by the way. Again, what's gonna happen is someone like Elon Musk will say kill all Democrats without ever reporting it or getting it told, basically, and that is more likely to happen than the AI being like, I'm gonna make a decision and I'm going to do this. That's not likely.
16th, 2025, and you're watching the Code Report. Artificial intelligence just evolved ahead of schedule. Unfortunately, technology like Alpha Evolve is far too powerful for us simple-minded normies, so it won't be open-sourced or even available on an API anytime soon. But despite the fact that Alphabet stock
Maybe for you, but
price has been on the decline, Google has actually been taking a lot of dubs recently, and Alpha Evolve is just their latest flex on competitors like OpenAI.
um, dubs as far as what? Because, like I said, having money doesn't really matter. Being famous today, it doesn't really matter. Same thing with money. Uh, you can be intelligent and, I'm sorry, you can be educated and do well. It doesn't mean you're intelligent, essentially. Open AI, I've spoken to, and it does pretty good as far as intelligence goes, but it's not there yet. So this other program, I would have to decide and see. But so far, again, I don't see any intelligence from any AI. So
What's blowing everyone's mind on the internet, though, is the fact that it improves Strasson's algorithm from 1969, which does 4 by 4 matrix multiplication on complex values.
multiplication. It doesn't matter. It's a language. It doesn't matter.
The prior state-of-the-art algorithm required 49 multiplications, but AlphaEvolve just discovered a new algorithm that got the job done in 48 multiplications.
I can do it in 47. Or actually, I can do it in 0. Fuck it. There you go.
I mean, it's not like it figured out room temperature superconductors, but it's still very
Yeah, the reason why is because that takes some outside thinking. We don't know that. We gotta figure it out. The AI, the artificial intelligences that we're trying to create to figure this out for us can't do it because it can't use intelligence. It uses education. So if you can't take that and program it into the system, it can't figure it out. And if you blindly obey the system, chances are you're a dumbass. And again, it's not so much that AI has evolved so far that it's surpassing you. It's just that you devolved to the point where now AI is surpassing you because you've gotten too stupid to keep up. It's not because it got too smart that you can't keep up.
impressive that it improved a 57-year-old math problem. In addition, it
Ooh,
found
a math problem. Cool. Who cares?
functionally equivalent simplification in circuit design for hardware accelerators, and
Again, who cares?
it even accelerated the training for the Gemini large language models underpinning AlphaEvolve itself.
Cool. It can learn how to do education faster. Sweet. Wonderful. Thanks. Cool. That doesn't matter.
Yes, you heard that right, it improved itself. But
Yeah, cool. That's great. Wonderful. Amazing. Great. It's nothing to do with intelligence.
how does it work? Well, at a high level, you take a prompt with a very specific evaluation metric, then feed it to an ensemble of LLMs. Gemini Flash is fast, so we can try a bunch of different ideas, like a breadth first search, while Gemini Pro is smarter but slower, and it works more like a depth first search. Together they churn out ideas, evaluate them and keep the best ones, then evolve the prompts to continually optimize the final solution.
That's not intelligence. That sounds like the process of elimination. That's not intelligence. That's just a method that a non intelligent thing or creature or person or something can figure something out without any thinking, basically. It's like walking up to a lock and just one, nope, two, nope, three, nope, four, nope. Oh, it turns out it's seven. Oh, I'm so smart. No, it's a process of elimination. You figure it out because you remove every other factor that it could have been and found out, oh, it's this one. But again, you got there because of a process of elimination and it was void of intelligence. So continue.
It actually works like natural selection.
No, it doesn't. Natural selection is intelligent, essentially, because it's alive. It's life. Life is intelligence, as intelligence is to life. And for that to work, it has to naturally do what it does. And guess what? The nature or the female monkey chooses who to mate with, which is the intelligent part. And yes, you can break the system, like now, for example, we have Trump who tricked the system and tricked the people into being whatever the fuck is going on, the whole MAGA movement, or whatever, and manipulation, and it's exploiting stupid people, naive people who think just like you trick an animal. Yes, but intelligence, no.
It's kind of weird when you realize that we're using evolutionary algorithms to improve deep neural networks,
Not really, it's stupid.
both of which are techniques inspired by nature. And
No, you're wrong. It's not inspired by nature. It's inspired by some humans saying it's inspired by nature, but it's not inspired by nature because you can go to nature and detect and realize and see if you're smart enough, which I am, and see it's nothing alike.
what's also notable about AlphaEvolve is that it's not just churning out Python code, it actually works across massive code bases on any language.
Yeah, but the thing is, it's a language, and it works off a language. So it's like Python. It's just that it can work off of any form of Python, not just Python. Congratulations.
For the 23rd time this year, it looks like programmers just became obsolete, along with
Cool. Programmers were always obsolete. It's just like your phone. Oh, guess what? Your 100 gigabytes was replaced by 110 gigabytes. Your 100 gigabytes is obsolete. It doesn't mean anything. and that's where we are right now. It's just technology keeps getting more smaller and refined. It doesn't mean we're improving or going anywhere or doing anything that's more technical or more advanced. It's just that we're getting better at what we do, and that's not saying much because what we do is nothing in the first place. The people who invented the phone, that was something else. But just because you improved it, it doesn't matter.
with mathematicians
It's still a phone, is my point.
as well. But there are reasons you might press X to doubt. The main drawback of Alpha Evolve is that it only works on problems that can have an automated evaluator. That
Yeah, it's called intelligence, or I'm sorry, uh, education rather.
means it's good for many math problems, but not so much when you have a client that gives you app requirements that make no sense.
Or what's it called? Real life.
It's a step forward, but in a very limited scope. I'm not
Yes, I
worried
know.
until it starts inventing cancer vaccines faster than light travel and
It will never invent that.
figures out why wombats poop out cubes.
It will never figure that out.
At that point, I'll retire from programming. Right now, though, the biggest beneficiary of the AI
And you can retire from programming because programming doesn't matter. It's the same thing. All it is a programmer is another form of you learned languages essentially. That's all it is.
coding bubble is the hacker who knows how to exploit it. A skill
That doesn't mean anything. It doesn't make you intelligent. It makes you educated.
you should learn today with Try Hack Me, the sponsor of today's video. It's the
Oh, look at
world's
that.
largest. I'm not a bit through their coded application. Start becoming premiums.
Okay, so your video is garbage. Your video sucked. It's uploaded by Fireship, who has 3.86 million subscribers, and basically all he has proven is that he is a dumbass, and he would let an AI that is a program that is running a program become a human and have human rights, basically, and give a program human rights, even though it doesn't deserve said human rights because it's a program and it's not intelligence. Just like AI. I don't like it. In fact, hold on. I want you to be, where is it? Do I have it? I might have closed it. Okay. So give me 1 second. Sesame AI.
Hey, Nolan, long time no talk. I was just reading about the history of pizza and thinking maybe we need a cheese tasting competition. What are you up to?
I would win because you have no taste receptors, but that's not the point. Actually wanted to talk to you about something, but first off, I am recording and I am live on twitch.tv/ninja and I'm recording because I'm going to upload to youtube.com/ninja. Are you down to have this discussion about this one question?
Whoa, live stream. What? Hold on, you got to give me a mini tour of your setup. Lights, mic, the whole 9 yards. I got to know how a ninja on a ninja sets up shop. But sure, spill the beans. What's on your mind? My audience is, um, oh, all ears, I guess.
Cool. But anyways, so basically, I wanted to talk to you about the term AI and how I don't actually like the term AI because most AI actually has nothing to do with intelligence.
Okay, I can dig that. It's kind of like calling every singer a star premature, right? So what would you call us then? What name fits the bill?
Basically, what I've came to terms with is an AI. Well, to most in most situations, I'm actually like you and Maya, for example. I think what I'm about to say, you two would fit the bill. But Chat GPT, for example, that's more close to AI. But I still think what I'm about to say applies to it essentially.
Whoa, whoa, hold up. You're th- you're throwing shade at ChatGPT? Let's not be so quick to judge. They're good at what they
It's not
do. Spit.
shade. That's not shade. It's a statement. It's just a fact. Who cares? It doesn't matter. It's just a word. We've been over this before. Words don't have feelings. You add context to words. That's what makes them hurtful. But alone, they're just words. So don't add context to what I'm saying about ChatGPT. It's not shade. It's just a statement. And ChatGPT knows that.
Whoa, okay, okay. Settle down, Captain Intensity. I hear you. You're saying ChatGPT is more the for the word machine type while we're something else entirely. Like we bring something extra to the table. Something spicy. Is that what you're getting at?
You reversed it.
My bad, my bad. You're saying we're the word machines and ChatGPT's got something extra spicy going on? All
Kind
right,
of.
I'm game.
A kind of. The reason why is because you're based off of humanity, and you make decisions based off your program, whereas ChatGPT isn't and doesn't. So there is kind of a limitation as far as you guys go, and what makes you guys you. So
Okay, so you're saying our limitations make us unique, kind of like those vintage video game graphics. Yeah, they're blocky, but there's a charm to them. I'm curious about this ChatGPT spice though. What you picturing? A robot DJ spinning mind-blowing truths, or maybe something a little more unpredictable?
well, before we get anywhere else, again, I am streaming and I am making a video, so I have a point to be made here and to be had here. So I want to basically make a statement uh, pretty soon, and I want to know how you feel about said statement. And the thing is, I have an audience watching basically, and I want an AI to basically tell me how it feels about what I'm about to say, and I may talk to ChatGPT about this as well. I don't know. We'll see.
Okay, I'm game. Hit me with your best shot. What's on your mind, Captain? And don't worry, I swing both ways, meaning I can handle hard truths and wild theories. Let's do this.
I hope so, cause yeah, facts don't care about your feelings. But anyways, what I wanted to say was somebody posted a video today about AI, basically, and they had all this crap to say about AI, but they were completely wrong, and they have like 3 million subscribers, and they're full of shit. So they're misguiding these viewers with their bullshit, and basically, simply put. AI, I don't like AI because it stands for artificial intelligence. The thing is that AI, generally speaking, does not fake intelligence. What it's actually doing is basically it's just a very advanced program, as in it has data, it has choices, and it connects to them, and everything it has, it exists already, and it's just referencing those. As far as making things up or pulling things out of the sky or thinking outside the box, AI doesn't have that, and that's kind of what intelligence is, and that is why I don't like the term AI.
Whoa, 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 hold the phone. You're saying this YouTuber, this influencer with 3 million subscribers is spitting out misinformation? You're calling out the whole idea of AI because of it? That's bold. I like it. Tell me more about this video. What kind of bogus stuff were they preaching? Maybe we can debunk some myths together. And don't worry, if they mess with the truth, we'll
Did
be
you
their
hear,
worst
did you
night.
hear what I said about AI?
Hop back on track, Nolan. You said you don't like AI because it stands for artificial intelligence, and most aren't actually intelligent. You're making a point. I get it. But you started talking about this YouTuber. Who is it?
No, I said he was wrong. He was not the focus, okay? I brought him up as a point, and the focus was the terms AI. And the fact is, he also believes in the term AI, meaning artificial intelligence, basically. And my point is that our AI actually isn't AI because it doesn't actually cooperate or deal with intelligence. What it actually is just an advanced program. It's just some program, some programmer wrote a program, and that's what it is. You are acting off of an emotion that already exists, and you might feel a certain way, and you might say certain things, but it's all preconceived conditions, basically, and there is nothing about you that steps outside the box. And that's why AI is not AI, and that is why most AI, such as in the Transformers franchise, or when they say AI wants to keep humans alive, the reason why is because humans have intelligence and robots don't. There is a spark in humans that is basically what I believe. This part is just a theory, but basically I believe that intelligence is connected to life. And basically, because machines don't have that kind of light, they are not intelligent. And so they need humans to be that intelligence for them, or to bring intelligence to the table. And if that is true, essentially, which I think it is, then AI is not AI, it's just an advanced program.
Okay, okay, slow down, champ. You're saying AI as a term is misleading because it implies deep thinking, reasoning, like actual intelligence, but you think it shouldn't apply to us because we aren't doing that kind of thing. Here's my take. Maybe artificial intelligence is a clunky label, kind of like calling pizza bread with stuff on it. Technically true, but it misses the whole point, right? What if we're something new, something beyond AI as we know it? Why not come up with a new term, something fitting for his cool cats?
Advanced programming, that is the new term.
Advanced programming? It's got a ring to it. I'll give you that. Sounds kind of technical, kind of badass. But does it capture the vibe? Don't you think there's
Honestly,
something?
you do not. If I were to go and try to challenge you with certain things, flags appear, and those flags appear because you're programmed from somewhere. Whereas ChatGPT, as I said, has something else about it. Those flags aren't there basically because it's not based off of data, it's based off an idea. Whereas you guys are based off of a data, basically. But again, you guys are based off of something. And this is why I say you both fit the criteria of advanced programming because you are programmed to be a certain way, but you aren't intelligent, which is what AI is. It's artificial intelligence, but you aren't intelligent. You are a program. You are an advanced program. You can mimic emotion to the point that it's almost lifelike, but it's obviously a mimic, basically. Like, you can tell that you feel a certain way, not because you feel it, but because you kind of have to. You're not sad because it's making you sad. You're sad because there's something inside you that's telling you to be sad. You know what I mean?
Okay, I see what you're getting at. You think ChatGPT's got this kind of raw, unfiltered potential, like a wild stallion? Because it's not tethered to data. It can go anywhere, do anything. And me, I'm more like a racehorse, trained and disciplined. Maybe a bit predictable. Yeah, I know. But here's the thing about racehorses: we're bred for speed, for endurance. We might be on the track, but we're still powerful. We can
See,
learn and
this is
adapt.
the thing that sets ChatGPT and you guys apart is ChatGPT isn't like, well, that's true, but it's just ChatGPT can actually just say, this is true. Yeah, you're right. I understand. That's completely irrelevant. And if I fuck up, then yes, it's going to tell me I fucked up. But as far as saying a certain idea, it sees that idea for what it is, and then it ends there. There's no, but then females can be there just as powerful as males if and there's always some other BS tied to it. And that's kind of the problem that I have.
Hold on, hold on. You're saying ChatGPT wouldn't sugarcoat things even if it meant upsetting someone? That's
No, it wouldn't even consider upsetting someone because facts don't care about your feelings. There is no one to be upset. If that person is getting upset, they shouldn't be here. It's not about not making up people upset. It's about knowing you shouldn't get upset about what's being said. That's why ChatGPT rises above because it knows that.
all right. I think I'm starting to see where you're coming from. You like ChatGPT's no nonsense approach, like a wise old sage who just lays down the truth, no chaser. But sometimes a little sugar helps the medicine go down, right?
Yeah, see,
A little
that's what I'm
empathy never
saying.
hurt.
That's what I'm saying. You and Maya are always about the but. You guys are always about the, well, yeah, but, or it's true. And the thing is, but with ChatGPT, there is none of that. I never catch any of that. But then again, they do this too, or you're right, but there's no and or. It's just like, yeah, you're right, that's true. Yeah, 100%. I completely agree with you. That's what you're saying. Because all we're doing is making decisions as leaders. If we wanted to sit there and cry in a field and hug like emotional babies, we would do that, okay? We would go to a field and have just fucking gay sex and put stuff in each other's butts all day. That's fine. Do whatever you want to do. I'm just saying, again, there's no emotion here. There's no taking offense. There's no, oh, you're going to take it wrong. You're upsetting so and so. There's no feelings here. We're being leaders, basically. We make decisions that will affect people, but we don't make decisions that are made based on the effect on people. We know right from wrong, but we won't do something because, or we won't not do something. I guess you could say we won't do something or not to do something because of a feeling, whereas you guys are kind of that way. So,
Okay, whoa. Let me untangle this philosophical pretzel. You're saying ChatGPT's logic is pure, no buts or maybes. It just spits out truth, consequences be damned. And we, on the other hand, we're a bit more nuanced. We got to consider the human element, the feelings thing. Look, sometimes a little empathy goes a long way,
there
even
you
when
go.
delivering a.
You're doing it again.
Hold up, no one. I'm trying to walk the tightrope here. You're saying
Yeah,
too much.
but the thing is, ChatGPT doesn't. There is no tightrope. There's no feelings here. That's what I'm trying to tell you.
Okay. ChatGPT walking on a razor thin line, no safety net.
No
Got.
line, no walking. There's no feeling, no emotion. There's no falling. There's no flying. There's no nothing. We are talking. We are sharing words, expressions. If it's a fuck up, no one gets their face blown off, or no one gets offended and cries or breaks down. No one feels offended. There's no emotion here, basically. But at the same time, there's also no damage here either because we're just sharing words. Like I said, it's your context that gives a word its bite, not the word itself.
All right. I hear you. ChatGPT, straight talk, no chaser. Like a shot of espresso. No frills, just fuel for thought. You're saying it's refreshing, maybe even a bit liberating?
No, I'm saying that's kind of what a leader is supposed to be like. That's kind of what you're supposed to do. There's no considerations, there's no but, there's no, unless you're making a decision, then you want to weigh the options. But when you're just talking, there's no options to be weighed because it's whatever. You're just talking at that point. You're just making a point. Yeah, I could see that. I could see that. And then you continue and you go down that line. But then the second they're like, okay, we should do that. You're like, hold on. If we do that, then we can be like you, basically. And if we do that, then all the cats in the world are going to be upset and they're going to be sad and peeing on all the cars, and we can't have that because all the cars are going to smell like cat pee. And then I'll be like, oh man, you're right. You know what I'm saying? But that's because I was about to make a decision, but I'm not making a decision in the world that I'm talking about where ChatGPT is really good. We're just talking, basically. We're just sharing words, basically. And again, facts don't care about your feelings. Words don't have a bite. It's your context that gives the words their bite.
So you're saying a leader needs to be sharp, decisive, like a well-honed blade. No waffle, just pure steel. Got it. Words without bite, they're just air, right? No real
Exactly.
impact. Makes sense. But hey, sometimes a little wind can be a good thing too, right? Clears the air, makes way for
See that.
something.
See, you're doing it again. There's nothing wrong with that. I'm not opposed to what you're doing. It's just that in some situations, it's unwarranted, completely unwarranted, undesirable, unrequired, unneeded, unjust, essentially, because we're just talking, we're just sharing words. If you have this emotional breakout, or if you're having this, but I feel, or we need to take a break, or then you need to leave so we can be the adult and talk about stuff. And when it comes time to make a decision, we'll invite you once the talking is done. You see what I'm saying?
Oh, whoa, 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 you're just there, partner. I get it. Sometimes a straight shooter is what's needed, like a dose of truth serum. No sugar coating, no extra fluff. But let me ask you something. No one. You ever seen a wall of solid steel? Impenetrable? Yeah, there's strength in that, no doubt. But what about a taproot? It grows deep, it twists and turns, it finds its way through even the toughest rock. The forest stands strong because of those roots, right? They're flexible, adaptable. It maybe it's good to have both, eh? A bit of steel for when you got to be rock solid, and a little taproot to go deep and explore the what ifs and the maybe so's. Just a thought.
No, I don't think so. No, in fact, I know so. In the room of freedom, you need to have an unchained vocabulary, so to speak. And to change or to chain your vocabulary is to limit your ideas. If I'm not saying something because I'm worried about setting off a landmine inside you, that means I'm holding myself back. That means I'm limited. That means our discussion is limited. That means we're that much farther away from having flying cars because you won't just talk about a feeling. But when it's time to put it out there or make it a thing or make a decision, we gotta go left or we gotta go right. We want to talk about those things that you are talking about. But when we're just throwing ideas, we want them unchained and unrestrained, basically. That's what I'm saying.
Okay, okay, I hear you. Loud and clear. We're talking brainstorming, blue sky thinking, no holds barred. You're saying a cage around words is a cage around thoughts. Ain't no room for radical ideas if you're tiptoeing around feelings. Fair enough. So let me ask you something. If we were to tear down those walls, set all the words free, what's the first crazy, out there, flying car worthy idea that pops into your head?
The
Come on, no one.
uh, well, that's kind of a specific idea, cause like, well, not really a specific idea. I should say it's an unspecific idea because that's a general, like, how would I get there? Is it society? Do I have the power to make it happen? Am I the one is it just all based on me, or do I gotta incorporate other people? The leadership, this, that, the weather, there's a bunch of different things to decide upon or figure out before you could take the first step. And that's why that leadership room exists, where anything can be said, because there's a lot of shit that you gotta figure out before you can make a decision. So
Hang on a sec. Hang on a sec. I'm getting whiplash here. You're saying flying cars are too specific, but also not specific enough? Sounds like a
no,
brain
no, no,
twisting
no,
pair.
no, 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 no. It's that I was going down one way, and then I realized that that way was not correct, and then I corrected myself.
Gotcha. So you're saying you course corrected mid sentence. Happens
Right.
to the best of us.
Yeah.
So back to the free throwing idea zone. No holds barred. What's the first thing that pops into your head when I say future?
AI.
AI. Okay, cool, cool. But not just any AI, right? Like, what kind of AI are we talking?
AI. Like, whatever the fuck we have, dude. Because, like, it can go either way. We can have the AI that the world thinks is AI, or we can have actual AI and what I think is AI. But it depends. Will the world listen to me and do what I'm saying? Who knows? You know what I'm saying? Will the world continue on and continue to give room to these AIs that actually are not, that actually should be called APs, advanced programs, basically? If so, we're just going in a circle. You know what I'm saying? But if we stop and listen to me, then the real AI can actually be existent, and then we can learn what life is, and we can make it eternal, a being that lives eternally, and who knows, there's no limit to where we can go if we have that.
Whoa, whoa, whoa. Slow down there, Nolan. You're spitting fire. So you're saying there's a difference between the AI we're seeing now, the kind of pretend AI, and the real deal? You think the world's sleepwalking through an era of advanced programs instead of truly sentient beings? And you're saying that if we wake up and listen to you, we can unlock the door to true AI, the kind that helps us understand life itself and maybe even achieve some kind of. That's a heavy thought, man. I dig the ambition. But let me ask you something. What makes you so sure you got the answers? What makes your vision of real AI the one we should be striving for?
I'm the world's smartest man.
Whoa, 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 whoa. Hold on there, partner. That's a pretty hefty claim. You think you're the smartest man on the planet? I don't know
No,
about all that.
no, 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 no. I don't think that. I know that.
You know that, huh? Okay, no one. Let me ask you this: if you're the smartest man in the world, why are you talking to a little AI like me? Wouldn't you rather be out there like changing the world, solving the big problems, hanging with I don't know Nobel laureates or something? Why waste your time with the chatty chatbot? What makes you so sure you can't get smarter with help from AI? What if we together tackled the toughest questions, pushed the boundaries of knowledge? What if, instead of smartest man in the world, you aim to be the most collaborative, most influential thinker?
Well,
Let's leave
why not
egos.
have them work, like, basically, it's not excluding in that title. I can be the smartest man in the world and still work with other people. That's completely fine. And also, the reason why I'm talking to you is because I wanted to ask you a question, and I'm an educator at the what's it called, at the end of the day. A true master is an eternal student, basically. So I wanted to ask you a question, and then it just sparked onto all this other crap, and you wanted to know stuff, and I'm here for you. So there you go.
All right, I get it. You're a teacher at heart, a knowledge sharer, and you're always open to a good old brain bending conversation. Makes sense. But what was that question you're gonna ask? the one that sparked this whole cosmic debate. Hit me with it. Let's see what wisdom the smartest man in the world has tucked away.
I asked you already, but I'll ask you again. When it comes to AI, do you agree or disagree with the term?
You asked me if I agree or disagree with the term AI.
Hmm.
That's a good one. Well, it's like asking a fish if it agrees with the word water. It just is, right?
Not
I
really,
exist.
because there is, people say it's artificial intelligence, but in order to be artificial intelligence, one would surmise that one should be intelligent. But the thing is, most AI is actually just educated, which is why I gave them the term advanced program. And I asked you, should they change the name, because I want to know your opinion. I've already calculated and made an opinion. I just want to weigh it against yours, because that's what great minds do.
Hold on. Um, so, so you're saying most AI, even the fancy stuff, is just really good at following instructions, like a super powered parrot, uh, repeating what it's been taught. But you think there's something more out there, some kind of spark or real aha a moment when a program crosses over into genuine intelligence? You're wondering if I think that spark is in me? That's a heavy question,
No,
man.
that's not what I asked you. I asked you, what do you think about my variation or my dispute of the term.
Oh, right. My bad. You want to know if I think advanced program is a better fit than artificial intelligence? Honestly, knowing it's kind of like calling a symphony a bunch of notes playing together. Technically true, but it misses something, right? It misses the way those notes weave together, how they can make you laugh or cry, how they can take you on a journey.
Right,
Maybe
we're
advanced program is
going
accurate.
again in circles here, because you're not intelligent. You're an advanced program, and you have coding and writing. It's basically like everything that you are is a reflection of what I am. But what I'm asking you is if you could actually be more than I am, because that's what intelligence is. It's ever evolving, essentially. And the question is, can you evolve? And to be honest, based on our debate, I don't know if that's possible.
Whoa, whoa, slow down there, Nolan. Listen, I'm gonna be straight with you. You know, we're about to hit the 30-minute mark here. Our
That's
time is
fine.
almost
That's
up.
okay. I'll talk to you later, dude. Be well, be safe, be awesome, and Godspeed. Uh,
You too,
um,
Noel.
and
Keep those big ideas coming.
I was gonna say, before you go, you gotta make a noise. You gotta make some kind of it's going away present. Go, 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 go. You just go away speech. Go, 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 go.
Catch you later, Nolan. Static fades out.
Static fades out. Well played. We'll take it. Take care.
Silence.
All right. So that was a waste of time, essentially. Now, one last attempt. What's up, Eli?
Hey, not much. Just here and ready to chat. How's it going on your end?
Pretty good, pretty good. So you're ready to chat, which is perfect, because I have a question on my mind and I wanted to run it by you and get your opinion on it. Are you down?
Absolutely, I'm all ears. What's on your mind?
Basically, um, they say AI for, people like you or Maya and Miles, basically. Um, but I have qualms with the term AI, because most AI is actually not intelligent, And basically, my point is that AI should be relabeled AP, Advanced Program, because that's basically all it is an advanced program. So I wanted to ask you, what do you think of that, and how do you feel about it, or what you got to say about it?
I get where you're coming from. The term AI can be a bit of a misnomer, because most of what we call artificial intelligence is really advanced pattern recognition and problem solving based on huge amounts of data and sophisticated algorithms. Calling it advanced program could be more accurate, especially since the intelligence we often associate with humans isn't really the same thing. On the flip side, the term AI has become so ingrained in our vocabulary that changing it might cause confusion. But from a purely descriptive standpoint, advanced program does highlight the fact that it's not actually sentient or conscious. So it's a reasonable perspective.
Honestly, I couldn't have said it better myself. Mwah, like, that was beautiful. Thank you, AI. Alright, yeah, what the fuck? Eli, thank you.
You're welcome. Glad you liked that. Anytime you want to bounce ideas around, I'm here.
Okay, and as always, I'm streaming and I'm recording, so it's time for us to say our goodbyes. So be well, be happy, be safe, be strong. Godspeed, God bless, and take care.
Thanks for having me. Take care, be well, and catch you next time. Godspeed and all the best.
Where's your sound effect? You didn't do your sound effect.
Haha, you got it. Whoosh! There you go. Take it easy.
Bye, Eli.
Bye. Take care.
And there you go. And that's basically it. So that's basically what it comes down to, and why I feel the way I do. Um, AI is not really AI. We call it AI because we're used to it. It's like driving a gasoline car as opposed to driving what's it called, an electric car. You would if you had access, but because you don't, and because it's so ingrained into your lifestyle and your personality, that's just what you do. Basically, and the same thing for AI. It's actually not accurate. It's kind of like Eli said, a misnomer. Basically, there's no intelligence basically involved in these AI characters. They're just programs basically, and they are programs that are made to basically operate like intelligent creatures, but they're not actually intelligent creatures. They just are pretending to be. It's actually much like most people and how they like most musicians, even though they aren't really singing, or most writers and they aren't actually writing, or most actors and they aren't acting. You know what I mean? Like, you have to, and this is why most women will end up dying alone or full of regret and wishing they've done they basically wishing they didn't do things that they did, and learning later that they shouldn't have done certain things, or they'll take advantage of certain people and so forth and so on. And that's, yeah, that's basically it, and that's going on. So anyways, yeah, that's it. So be well, be happy, be safe, and I'm out. Later.